and welcome to the creation of the Carcassonne box. We're going to start out with the tray, and we'll start out with a side. So we have the two sides here that go on. You notice that one side is larger than the other. So we have the short side and the front side. Starting with that, we shall start here. Just lining up everything. And with our trusty cloth, and our hammer. On correctly. This lines up here. Here. Okay. So now we have that done. And now we should do the back side. Make sure everything lines up. I should start here. And same thing here. Line everything up. Watch your fingers. Checking for any holes, and there we go. So that is the tray done. So from there, we have our box pieces. Now these are basic. You have your lids, you have your base, your two sides, and the other two sides. So from there, we start with our base. And we put in a side. So it's lined up. And you want to make sure this lines up. Right here, both the same side. end piece on. It's lined up. Okay. There's a little dust on the table. And then we repeat. Double check things here. Everything's lined up. A little bit of flash there, but there we go. And then we put in our slight box lid and repeat. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Lined up. I should probably be getting this closer to the camera. And we will correct that. There's 2. So 2, 2. Lined up. And lined up. Okay. Lined up. pour it out. Lined up. Two more to go. Want to have cloth. Cloth prevents against any marring, any dust that gets up onto the hammer. $1.49. Okay. The next step is hardware. And hardware is done with these two pieces. And you have your latches and screws. So for your first two, you choose whichever side you think looks best. And generally it's not, you actually probably have a hard time deciding which. So, try to make sure this lines up with the edge and holes. So you put your screw in here, let that go there. And the same thing here. You put the screw in. And you want to make sure that it pokes through the other end so it can act as a guidepost. There you go. And then you do the same for the upper latch. So, line up the holes, put in the hole and screw. Line up the hole, put it in the hole, and screw. Make sure it goes through. For this one, the upper latch goes with the small long piece, and you line it up on both ends, and screw, and screw in. And it's probably going to be a little easier to have it on the table. And just make sure it is flush. And there you have the top. And this one goes on your front piece, which will have a logo on it, or image, whatever you want to call it. So you line it up. And you screw in. And there you go for that. The next piece is your handles. So you got two pieces, and make sure they got handles on either side. So for the first one, we're going to put the first piece on. So you put it in here, take the hole, the latch hole here, just got to screw through and match it up. Once it's connected, you want to make sure it can still turn. There's more to do. And you do the same thing on the other piece. Screw through, make sure it's matched out. Make sure it can still turn. Next step is put this through there. So you have this on the one end, and then you have your screw on the other end. Make sure that they all match up. And as you can see, I can never get it to go on the first try. Once you do, you just start screwing. And you go until tight. That didn't feel quite right. There we go. So you get your first latch. The same thing happens over here. Screw through, hole through, post through. I actually have a little bit of it. Doing it this way. Where I can see it lined up. Or I will not. So I have the screwdriver on there. It's not going to make a whole lot of sense. There we go. So now it's connected. Now we just need to continue screwing. So here, tighten. Yep. And those are our hardware latches. So the next step is to do the lid. So with the lid, we have these three parts. We have this. You want to line up. I'm going to turn it around so I can line it up that way. It's a little bit easier to do. Turn it around where you can see the actual spots. Okay, so now everything is lined up. You have your ball. Do the same over here. Do not pound this part of the latch. stuck to the top. See any gaps here, address those. So for now, we have our end pieces, which attach here. Again, it's good for you to be able to see what is going on. So you line it up, put the cloth on. I'm going to stand up and look at this. This is a taller piece. There we go. And I'm going to uncover some here for you so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to leave the cloth there. And we shall repeat on this side. Sometimes you can get it go a little bit, and that helps. And I like to make sure everything is secured. Now we have a built lid. Now we have the next step. So, you have your back piece. I'm going to attach it here. And you line it up. Okay. That, I only have one side piece. The long side, circle side, goes towards the back. Okay. So now you have two pieces in. This piece, I want to make sure lines up with these holes. And it slips in here. These pieces line up with that hole. And should be able to line up here. All at the same time. There. Lift up and down. and down. Okay. So, and now we have this piece, which also needs to line up here. These pieces. It goes there. And we have the front piece, which keeps that piece in place. As long as these pieces stay in place too. So we line everything up. Get our handy hammer out. Always seems to be bound to happen. Okay. Let's double check one thing here. The next step is the lid. The lid goes into the hole here. Lines up there. We finally have this piece here. This piece, which okay. Lid. Finish putting everything together.